Good morning, buenos días.
Buenos días.
Bienvenidos y bienvenidas. Welcome to Starr King Unitarian Universalist Church in Hayward, California. We acknowledge that Hayward, California is a lonely land and that for thousands of years, this land was inhabited by people who lived here peacefully and cared for this sacred land in a way that honored all that was here before us. Our hope is that we can amplify that truth and learn from the Ohlone people what it means to be stewards of this beautiful sacred land and to be inspired to form meaningful relationships with local indigenous groups, working to protect this land, working to repair injustices, and working to move forward together in honorable ways. Today is Canvas Sunday, and we gather to share memories and testimonies, to express gratitude, and to pledge once again our commitment, the seeds of hope for the future of this beloved community. We have prepared for you a worship service that invites us to imagine this community as fertile soil for our collective dreams. And afterwards, the Canvas team will host a wonderful celebration with music, amazing hats, more testimonies, and an actual ritual to plant our seeds together. So please stay with us. Now let us light our chalice together with the help of Mama Lily. We are Unitarian Universalist with minds that think, hearts that love, and hands that are ready to serve. Together we care for our earth and we work for friendship and peace in our world. We have a treat for you this morning, and once again I am so grateful and amazed by the talent of our choir director, Lindley Wang. She put together a beautiful version of the Garden Song as our opening song. Enjoy.
Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds and picking stones, we are made of dreams and bones. Feel the need to grow my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's chain. To my body and my brain, to the music from the land. Plant your rows straight and long, temper them with prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. Old crow watching hungrily from his perch in yonder tree. In my garden I must free as that feathered beak up there. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile
that was so beautiful. Thank you everyone who participated, and special thanks to Lindley for putting this beautiful, beautiful song together. Our call to worship is a responsive one, and I believe that the words are in your chat box. So I invite you to recite with me, blessed are those. Blessed are those who yearn for deepening more than escape, who are not afraid to grow in spirit. And you would respond, blessed are those who take seriously the bonds of community, who regularly join in celebration and learning, who come as much to minister as to be ministered to. Blessed are those who bring their children, who invite their friends to come along, to join in fellowship, service, learning, and growth. Blessed are those who know that the church is often imperfect. Rather than harbor feelings of anger or disappointment, they bring their concerns and needs to the attention of the church leaders. Blessed are those who speak their minds in meetings, who can take and give criticism, who keep alive their sense of humor. Blessed are they indeed. Thank you all. Thank you so much. For our Soulful Families Ministry section, we have a wonderful animated video, Beloved Community.
Beloved community is a big idea that talks about the kind of world we want to live in. A world of beauty and goodness and love. Beloved community is where we want to end up in the end. In religion, eschatology is the way we think about where we end up in the end. Radically realized eschatology talks about where we end up in two ways, the already and the not yet. What does that mean? Already is about now. We already live in a world that has beauty and goodness and love. We get to experience that beauty and goodness and love now, and we get to feel grateful for that. But the world is not perfect, and that's the not yet. There is room for more beauty and goodness and love. And the beauty and goodness and love we have now inspires us to create more. It gives us hope for a better world. Because of that beauty and goodness and love that we experience, and the gratitude we feel, we work for a world that is filled with beauty and goodness and love for everyone. This is the only world we have. We see beauty, we feel grateful for that beauty, and we want to create more beauty. We see goodness in the actions of those around us. We feel grateful for that goodness, and we want to do more good in the world. We are loved. We feel grateful for that love. We want to spread more love in the world. We have hope for a more beautiful world because of the beauty we know now. We have hope for more goodness in the world because of the goodness we know now. We have hope for a more loving world because of the love we know now. We work for beloved community because of all the ways that we experience beloved community right now.
And here are two members of our beloved community sharing what they feel is important about our Starr King community. First, we'll hear from Lori Miller, and then we'll hear from Leah Cassini.
Hi, friends. Goodness sakes. Hello, hello, hello. This time I'm on the other side of being interviewed and talking as opposed to what I do on my video. And I'm so glad to be asked this question. Why is this church, why is Starr King important to me? So I am really glad I had this opportunity. And I don't want to do the same talk, oh, it's my spiritual path. And yeah, I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go a different way. How church has affected my life personally. I feel that I have a quality of life that I was not having prior to church. And the reason why I say quality of life is because I feel like I've been validated through Starr King. My validation has allowed me to be who I am. And that's extremely important. Because sometimes right before I joined the church, I would be who I am and talk about my philosophy of life and hopeful. And I would have people say, oh, Lori, you're in a dream world. Oh, you don't even know what reality is. Get real, will you? And that was always bothersome for me because I said, no, this is my reality. But I was alone. I was isolated till I joined Starr King Church. I said, oh my God, there's other people who think like I do. It's hopeful, full of love. And so these people, and some of them were family members, and when they say, oh, Lori, you just live in a dream world, I am more confident in saying, you know what, who's in a dream world is perhaps you, or come join my dream, right? So I have to say that Starr King has improved my quality of life, and I would not be who I am now without Starr King. So blessed be.
Hello, everyone. I would like to talk about why I love Starr King Unitarian Universalist Church. I think I could talk for a long time because there is so much to appreciate, but I would like to focus in on 1 year, this last year, and the music of our services. First of all, I was really amazed how quickly the tech people in our church were able to get us together on Zoom. Then Reverend Maria Cristina and our music director, Linley Wang, quickly researched music videos that would fit the theme for each service. For me, and I think for many of you, the music highlights the mood and the soul of the messages in the service. These new videos have been wonderful. The quality is very high, and some have slideshows or videos that enhance the music. Some of them show love, like the song, What the World Needs Now, or hope, I Am Sending You Light, contemplation, the great bell, gratitude for the beauty of the earth, healing, I know I can. And then there were also services that had music for a fuller range of cultural expression, and ones that had that brought us together in matters of social justice. For instance, the Las Posadas song. And didn't you like the little video, the cute video that went with Dia de los Muertos? There was the Rosa Parks music. If you miss me at the back of the bus, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, and freedom. And for widening the circle, there was Let Justice Roll Down and We Shall Be Known. And also the Indigenous Song for the Sacred Elements. Another part of the service, they weren't the actual services, they were Monday night. They were the Evensong services. And these were right before the election. And it brought so much comfort and peace. They were meditative. The slides were just gorgeous. And I can't imagine anything that we all didn't need more than just before the election to have something so peaceful and comforting. Lastly, I would like to thank Lindley for her personal creations of numerous pieces. Many of them are hymns from our own hymnal and the Teal supplement. Her voice is so sweet, and she has layered her own voice with beautiful harmony. It is such a joy to listen to these. My heart warms and expands throughout my body and my soul with hope and joy. And that's why I have just love our music at our church. I love everything about it, but especially I love the music.
Thank you, Lori and Leah, for your beautiful and generous testimonies. And now it is a time in our service when we come together as a community to share our joys, our sorrows, our prayers for healing. This is how we widen the circle of love and care. Please join me in the spirit of prayer, spirit of community in which we share and find strength and common purpose. We turn our minds and hearts toward one another, seeking to bring into our circle of concern all who need our love and support, those who are ill, those who are in pain, either in body or in spirit, those who are lonely. We are part of a circle of love. We are grateful for the miracle of community. Here together, we remember, we care, we pray for one another, we love. With the help of our worship associate, Al Murdoch, and Mama Lily, we will now light the candles as Al reads from the chat box.
Please hold our friend Steve Riley in your love. His father, Warren, had a stroke and is not doing well.
Don't you have to say from Renee?
This is from Renee Castle to everyone. From Ramona and Amy to everyone. Ramona and Amy are so happy to see our church friends and be together like this on Sunday mornings. From Donnie and Bob Rett to everyone, tomorrow our daughter-in-law in Hawaii goes in for still further surgery for 4 months after gastric bypass. Please send good thoughts and wishes for a quick recovery. From David Longfellow to everyone, prayer of hope. Prayer of hope that we may all be vaccinated by the end of May and that we can resume in-person services and give each other big hugs. From Renee and Renee Castle to everyone, a joy to see Jackie and Vern on our Zoom service today. From Rebecca Parr to everyone, a candle of joy and thanks to the tech team and everyone else who has worked behind the scenes to make our services happen. From Lucretia to everyone, hope and healing for the badly injured opossum I found in the road this morning and reported to animal control.
to everyone.
From Luis Alfonso Melede to everyone, a candle to remember the Puerto Rican nationalists who devoted their lives to the struggle for independence. Rafael Cancel Miranda passed away on March 2nd. There appears to be no more joys and sorrows at the moment. Thank you so much for your cares and wishes. I'm sorry, one more here. From Nancy Bonner Benson to everyone, it is all of you and our blessed church that gives me hope to survive a medical depression. I don't think I could make it without you.
One last candle for all the.
And one more candle for all those who have cares and sorrows in their hearts.
We always light one last candle for all the prayers and intentions that are not spoken and remain in our hearts. We hold them as well in the circle of love and concern. And I invite you to recite with me the little prayer we say every Sunday after the candles are lit. There is a love
holding me. There's a love holding me.
Holding you. There is a love
holding all.
We rest
in that love.
And Al, thank you for helping us to read the candles today. Our musical meditation is another creation of Lindley. Come sing a song with me.
Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time.
Thank you, Lindley. That was so beautiful. We are so lucky to have you. Our next testimonial is from our Vice President, Roy Dickerson.
So 35 years ago, Diane and I decided to get married. And it turns out that if you're not a member of a church, it's not such an easy task. Barbara Bush, who was the intern here at Starr King, was happy to come to our backyard and do the deed. That we were not true believers wasn't a problem for her. Over time, we found a lack of community in our lives as we went forward, and remembered Starr King and started coming to service. We found friends, a church where our individual beliefs didn't exclude us. This religion encourages us to find our own way and embraces a belief in humanity. Starr King has supported us over the years through weekly services, enjoyable events, family tragedies, recovery from surgeries, emotional support, and personal growth opportunities. As a community, we have come together to help support members in their time of need, celebrate happy events, work together on projects and community outreach. The Playground Project, led by Dave Middleton, was a project that brought the community together to support our families and children. The efforts by Beth and the tech team is a lot of work, but the results are fantastic. When we had plumbing issues and Jennifer found her inner child diverting water away from the church, we put our heads together with Colin and Walt to find a solution that didn't break the bank. Our gardening group of Ethel May, Sheila, Donnie, Levon, and many others keeps our grounds nice and free of weeds. There are so many opportunities to participate in community, especially with the kids and seeing them grow. The times we spend together in small groups and larger gatherings at holidays are memories we cherish. The work we do for South Hayward Parish, Martin Luther King marches, all these things and many more bring us together as a community. As a church, our aim is to make the world a better place, help us grow as individuals, and support our congregants while serving the larger community around us. These are the reasons Diane and I support Starr King Church and encourage you to be generous with both your time and your wallet. What we have received is far more valuable than what we have contributed. While the church is physically closed, we still have bills, and your generosity is what keeps us afloat. Please consider all this as you make your pledge this year. Thanks.
Thank you, Roy. Thank you for the many ways that you bless this community with your service and enthusiasm. Today is Canvas Sunday, a day that I like to think of as Legacy Sunday, a time when we are invited to remember and be grateful for all the blessings received from this community, to honor all the people in this congregation who give meaning and beauty to our lives, to dream together as we build the beloved community in order to transform ourselves and the world around us. A day to ask ourselves, what will be my legacy in this community? We are a church, not a business. We are a spiritual community that makes it our business to cultivate hope, to fight for justice, and to love unconditionally. Most religious organizations regard tithing or pledging as a sacrament, something holy, something that imparts grace upon us, that blesses us. And yet most of us don't think about pledging in those terms, right? We actually avoid talking about money and connecting the dots when we talk about our dreams for the future and how much money it will take to make those dreams come true. We are so fortunate to have a strong core group of volunteers. And it is also a wonderful thing when we can hire more staff to give our volunteers a little break and allow them to enjoy Sunday worship, for example. It is beautiful to dream aloud with Lindley about adding a children's choir to our family ministry and to enrich our Sunday worship experience. To dream with Lori about hiring someone to provide support and facilitate a parent discussion group and to host a children's chapel on Sunday mornings. And we continue to dream with having solar panels on our roof and maybe in our parking lot. So this Legacy Sunday, I want to invite us to give thanks. I'm giving thanks. I am so grateful for each and every one of you, for all the ways you share your time, your talent, and your treasure with Starr King. You impart grace upon us and bless us with your presence. You have blessed us, especially during this pandemic by stepping up during these difficult times to keep us going, even though the building has been closed for a year, right? We still provide pastoral care and worship and music and family ministry. The envisioning team and the peace and justice team are working hard as ever. Small group ministry still meets, Wednesday meditation, the drumming circle, the book group, the adult religious exploration, the gardeners and all who care for our buildings and fix leaky pipes, care for our grounds, our board, the committee on ministry, our newsletter editors, our tech support team, and of course, our Canvas team. Today, let us count our blessings and let us ask, can we count on you to continue supporting our Starr King community? If you haven't already done so, will you join us in pledging your support so that we can continue to be a source of hope, a beacon of light, a strong presence in a movement striving for social, racial, and environmental justice? Can we count on you to build a strong legacy of being on the side of love for this and for future generations? Will you let love be your legacy to this beloved community? In order to reach our goal, we need everyone to pledge at least $1,500. And if everyone pledged at least $1,500, we could give our elders a break. Did you know that we have a small group of elders, less than 10, who are basically carrying us by giving more than their fair share, and they've been doing this for years. I think it's only fair that we distribute this financial responsibility as evenly as possible. Asking for money used to embarrass me and make me feel so uncomfortable. I believe that we needed to separate the money from the spiritual. I have learned and I have grown as a minister. Now I see it as part of my ministry, part of being an agent for change and for good in our own community and in our world. Because when I give to Planned Parenthood or the ACLU or my hometown's youth orchestra, I am connecting with people who share my values, and I feel that I'm contributing to making this world a better place. I know that my pledge is important, no matter what the amount, right? And that when added to others, it can make a difference. So this morning, we take the opportunity to give thanks, to honor the spirit of community, and we remind ourselves of our collective responsibility as members of Starr King. Consider the act of keeping these doors open a sacrament and a blessing to you, to your loved ones, to this community, to our neighbors, and to our movement. I know that we are needed in this community and in the world. I can bear witness to the fact that our Unitarian Universalist liberal faith saves lives, enriches lives, heals democracy, cultivates hope. And we all know and can bear witness that our UU values and commitment to racial, social, and environmental justice are our moral compass. I invite you to sow the seeds of hope here in this fertile ground, in this beloved community. I invite you to let love for this community become your legacy. If here you find an abundance of hope, friendship, compassion, and unconditional love, then please pledge with your values, pledge with your heart, pledge with your wallet and your checkbook. Later today, we will plant actual sunflower seeds together because deep hope grows here. Right now, I'm inviting you to plant the seeds of hope for this, our Starr King community. Please give and give generously We need you now more than ever. We need every single one of you to make hope grow right here, right now. And if you're not a member and you're just a friend, and I don't mean just, that means a lot to us, that you connect on Sundays to be closer to your family or friends. If you're not an official member, you can still contribute. Your donation will be so appreciated. Beloveds, this has been such a tough year, and yet we remain strong and hopeful, connected and joyful as we begin to imagine what it will be like to gather in person once again, hopefully very soon. Let us take heart from the words of inaugural poet Amanda Gorman. She wrote, "Even as we grieved, we grew. Even as we hurt, we hoped. Even as we tired, we tried. If we're to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promise to glade, the hill we climb, if only we dare to offer hope and laughter to ourselves. If we merge mercy with might and might with right, then love becomes our legacy and change our children's birthright. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it, for there is always light. If only we're brave to see it. If only we're brave enough to be it. Blessed be. Amen and Ashe." Our next testimony is from our dear Amy Pete. Welcome, Amy.
I love Starr King Unitarian Universalist Church because it's the first place I've ever belonged. And I grew up in Southern Oregon, and then I was on the East Coast for another 18 years and came back to the West Coast. And it just feels like here I am in Hayward, but a real landing and community to arrive into. And so Ramona and I started coming just right after we moved here in the summer of 2018. And so of course I'm, became a mother in the rise of fascism in our country. It was very concerning. And my heart has always been, for justice and repair, trying to understand how to be a good white ally. And so I had still have a lot of research to do there, but it's so much easier to do it in community. Feels just right and clear. I don't have to be searching somewhere else for what I want to do or feel on a Sunday morning. I never had a Sunday morning practice. Actually, I was working for many years as a massage therapist on Sundays. And, everything has changed and different right now. I have had losses this year. And with radical loss comes radical possibility. And this church and this community helps me hold on to that hope. And I need it. I need that hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Ramona, for choosing us and for participating in this community. We love you. We appreciate you. We are so glad that you are with us. And for offertory, we have a few words from Al and Claudia.
Hope springs eternal, they say, and hope is our theme for this service. What does hope bring, and what is springing? Is it joy? Is it enthusiasm? Is it excitement? All are important, but all these are based on support. And that's where we come in. That's what pledging is all about. And on that note, I'd like to introduce Claudia McDonough, who will give us some thoughts on support.
Thanks, Al. I would like to start with a quote from the Dalai Lama. He said, "Generosity is the most natural outward expression of an inner attitude of compassion and loving kindness." Much gratitude to those of you who have already pledged. Our church does need all of us. We can all invest generously in our financial future as a strong, thriving force for good in our lives and in the world. The link to make a pledge is posted in the chat, I do believe. It goes to a short online pledge form. If you prefer a paper copy, please type that into the chat and we will mail one to you. Thanks for all that you do. And I'll end with a quote from St. Francis. "It is in giving that we receive." Thanks again.
Thank you, Al, and thank you, Claudia, and thank you everyone who has already pledged. And now let us extinguish the chalice with the words printed in the chat box. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And our benediction now is, "And now may we have faith in life to do wise planting, that the generations to come may reap even more abundantly than we. May we be bold in bringing to fruition the golden dreams of human kinship and justice. This we ask, that the fields of promise become fields of reality. Go in peace, return in love. Our worship has ended, service has just begun, and stay with us. We're going to take a small break after the closing song, and then we'll have our wonderful Canvas celebration where we will actually plant our seeds together. We will share our beautiful creative hats. We'll hear from more people and sing more songs. So don't go away, stay with us. Our closing song is one of our favorites, Blue Boat Home. Claudia, we are ready.